Back in 2017, 2018, Imani Bates was viewed as a can't-miss draft prospect and a generational talent. But now, multiple sources view him as a late second-round draft pick. So what happened in his career, and what really went wrong? Well, back when Imani Bates was coming out of high school and picking his college of choice, he decided to go to Memphis and play under Coach Penny Hardaway, and he went alongside Jalen Duren, another top NBA prospect who reclassified. Well, Duren was able to turn 19 before the calendar year turned over, and Imani Bates just missed the deadline by a couple days, so which prompted him to be able to stay 2 years in college instead of going one and done. So my guess was Imani Bates was going to do his 1 year at Memphis and probably go to G League Ignite, but I was totally wrong. Imani Bates' first season with Memphis was injury riddled, and he never really found a footing. Once he got hurt, the team really got going, and they ended up making a run to March Madness, and they actually won a game. But they ended up losing in the second round and got sent home, and Duren ended up being a lottery pick. And Imani Bates, he transferred out of there after he seen the team was very successful without him. He really couldn't find his footing. He was very inefficient in his freshman year at college under Penny Hardaway, and it just wasn't a great fit. Now, after Imani Bates transferred out of Memphis, I ultimately thought he was going to go to Michigan State, go back home, the school that he originally wanted to go to from the start. But instead, Imani took a lesser route and wanted the ball to be in his hands. So he ended up committing to Eastern Michigan and to play with Noah Farrakhan, and they had a terrible season. Eastern Michigan went 8-23 overall and ended up missing the tournament by a wide margin. They were nowhere near contention. Once they started struggling from the beginning and losing to lesser opponents, I kind of already seen how the season was going to go with Imani, because you have a former #1 prospect and you're losing to teams that are lesser known than Eastern Michigan and lower Division I schools than Eastern Michigan. So I already knew how the season was going to go. But Imani Bates, you know, he had the volume and he put up the numbers. He put up about 19, 20 points a game on 40% from the field and 33% from three, compared to 9 points at Memphis on 38% from the field and around 31, 32% from three. But the efficiency jumped up by 1-2%, but the volume is where it increased. And since he had more volume, he was able to score more points. So is Imani really worth a first-round draft pick, in my opinion? Yes, I think Imani Bates is still worth a first-round draft pick. Even though there are a lot of negatives on Imani, which include he's 6'9" with a 6'7" wingspan, which means he has a minus wingspan, which is not good. He's not very athletic. Obviously, he can still dunk and stuff. He's obviously 6'9", so he can still dunk. But he's not really athletic. Is he going to be a willing defender in the NBA? Is he going to be a willing passer in the NBA? So we have all these questions surrounding him. If he's in the right system, Imani Bates could develop into something special. And I compare him to T-Mac coming up because of their size and scoring ability. And I think Imani Bates could possibly, maybe, reach that kind of scoring potential. Because that's one thing Imani's going to do on the floor. He's going to be able to put the ball in the basket on whatever franchise he goes to. So what Imani needs to do is be able to find other ways he can fine-tune his game on the defensive side of the ball, playmaking, rebounding, defending. He needs to find any way he can do that from now into the draft process. And if Imani can get on an NBA roster and actually make the 15-man roster, well, first, I think he'll be able to play in the G League and put up 28 games. Will he be efficient? I don't know. And that's another thing he needs to work on, being efficient. But I know there's been inefficient guys in college like Cole Anthony who got to the NBA and worked and became an efficient scorer. And you've seen this past season, Cole Anthony was very efficient. Obviously, he can easily average 20 a game on a G League team, but is he going to be able to find a role in the NBA on a 15-man roster? And that's a question we got to ask ourselves. But I'm not going to keep you guys here too long. I'm One Trimmy, and thank you guys all for watching.